Okay guys, so in this video I have a client of mine. So basically the haircut for today will be clean without any enhancements. So it's just going to be a flat fade where we're going to fade the sides and make sure the trim is all nice and lined up. So obviously going to start by combing out the hair, and then today we're going to be using my wall clippers. There's nothing too special about it, but it gets the job done. And then we're also going to be using my VGR detailer. So that's what we're going to be using for shaving and trimming, and also for the detailing. You get what I'm trying to say. So like now guys, as I'm showing the video, we're going to start off with the number 1 guard. So that's what we basically going to be using to reduce the hair and leveling it out. Now to start things off, we're going to be using our VGR detailer to begin the fading guidelines. This is the first guideline we're going to be using. So we're just going to shave everything off on the sides, make sure everything is all nice and bald. Alright guys, so now what I basically tell people is that you want to start off the fade as low as you can, but today, since it's a mid fade, we're just gonna start off by in the middle, and then as we go on, we're gonna go a bit higher as indicated in the video. But you don't want to go out a little bit too high, and also you don't want to go too low. So we're gonna start off our guideline, and as you can see in the video, I'm basically gonna go all around the hair, shaving it off nicely and whatsoever. For the second guideline, we're basically gonna go half an inch or a full inch. We're just gonna open up the second guideline, and we're gonna go with our lever open. So as indicated in the video guys, just check what I'm basically doing there. My lever is all the way open, so it's not all the way bald, but it's also so fine that it's easier to fade. Okay, for the most important one, we're going to be using our number 1 guard with the lever closed, and then that's basically what we're going to use to start off our fade, and ensuring that all the bulky hair on top is taken out. Okay, for a normal person, you would just open up your lever and continue with the number 1 guard and work your way upwards. So just for your beginners, you're always gonna make sure that you have 4 steps available. So you have your bold line, you have your first guideline, you have your second guideline, and then your 4th one is where now you're basically bending in the hair on top with the hair in the middle, on the sides. Now for this part of the video guys, as you can see, I flipped my clipper all the way around. So basically what this does, it helps me smoothen out the fade a lot more easier, although I wouldn't advise it for any beginners. Then now back to our half guard, with the lever all the way open, we're just going to play around with it, just to make sure we take out the guidelines, and we're just going to flick it out until the line comes out. Okay, for any of you who don't actually understand what's going on, so I have my half guard on. I'm basically playing around with the lever a bit, open it and close it wherever I can, or open and close it wherever I should rather, as that's very important when it comes to smoothing out your fade. And now for the last and golden step, we're gonna take out our first step, which is the bold line. So now what we normally do is we open up our lever all the way till the halfway. So we open our lever halfway, and that's what we're going to use to take out our bold line down there. Now just a quick tip I can give to upcoming barbers. When you're fading out and you're trying to make it smooth, play around with your corners. Don't use the whole blade to take out the dark spots or the bulky hair. Just use your corners and play around with it, man. Oh, also shout out to Ventura, State of Ventura, for the merchandise. Guys, if you want the merchandise, just go to my IG. I already made a post about it. There's information about the product and the price as well, so you can just check it out. Now always make sure you dust off the hair off of the client's face, guys. That's also very important, also so you can see where you're heading. Now for the golden part, we're gonna basically be lining him all nice and clean. You know, you're gonna start off by combing the hair, which is also very important. Now, another golden tip that barbers should know: using holding spray and spraying it all over the client's hairline, and when it dries up, it actually highlights the hairline for you. You know, I always use it in case, you know, the client has a receding hairline, of which might be the case in the video. You know, the corners are a bit too edgy, but we can work with it. It's nothing too hectic. Now for this part, guys, as you can see, I'm flattening it out. I'm basically taking out the bulkiness in the front, of which will also help me see where I'm going. You know, you don't want to end up having too much to deal with when finishing up. Number one rule: when lining up your client, you always start in the middle, then you work your way to the sides. You know, that also helps you in the long run when you have to balance the lining up, and also it helps you not to take off too much of the client's hairline. So now, well, in case you wonder what this is, we call this long tool, we call it a cutthroat. So I don't know why they call it a cutthroat, but hey man, we're just here to do what needs to be done and then we're out. But yes, this is what we call a cutthroat, and this is what we're gonna use to clean up the hairline and making sure that it gives us, you know, a cleaner shave. So now guys, when using a cutthroat, you always want to make sure that you pull the hair in the opposite direction and then you shave in the opposite direction. So what I mean by this is, if you're going to pull the skin up, then that means you're going to have to use the cutthroat coming down. Now for the final touches, guys, I'm just going to take out the bulkiness by the corners. You know, we always want to make sure that the trimming fades out as much as the fade around the hair is. Now what I normally like to do is I use tissue oil and apply it over my client's hairline after, you know, doing all those close shavings and trimmings, and we're basically trying to avoid the irritation on the skin. So this is how you basically do a beginner's fade, guys. There's no enhancements, like I said. There's no dye, there's no spray, just me and my clippers against the world, you know. Last but not least, guys, if you'd like to see more of these, kindly like, subscribe and share the videos, and I'll keep on dropping more videos irregardless of the hairstyle. Just let me know what you want and I'll give it to you. Alright guys, thank you so much for the view. You're more than welcome to check out my IG page. So if you're looking for me on Instagram and you want to see my work, you can just follow that account right there. Till next time, Bafethu Dango.